The MSX was a home computer standard, which originated in the 80s and was especially popular in countries like Japan, Brazil, Spain, and the Netherlands. Sony and Philips were among the companies who manufactured MSX systems. In 1984, roughly a year after the introduction of the MSX, Konami jumped on board and formed a dedicated development team, predating the NES division by a year. Konami released over 60 titles for the MSX in the span of 7 years. Among them were hits like Metal Gear and Parodius, both of which originated on the MSX, as well as a whole slew of unique games and excellent ports. Konami made good use of the second cartridge slot of the MSX by hiding cheats in their games, which could be unlocked with the right cartridge combination. In fact, Q*bert in particular seemed to be more popular as a cheat cartridge than an actual game. Also noteworthy is the SCC audio chip, developed by Yamaha and Konami to allow for a richer soundtrack. The chip was included in most Konami cartridges from 1987 onward, starting with Nemesis 2. But now, let's take a look at some of the most memorable classics that were released on the MSX. Maze of Gallius was one of the most popular titles for the MSX back in the day, and it's not surprising this epic adventure game got it where it counts. 2D platforming action, plenty of items to collect, and a grand castle to explore. It was Konami's answer to Nintendo's Legend of Zelda on the NES. The game starts in a castle, where the player spends the majority of their time, and you can switch between two characters, Papillon and Aphrodite, each with their own strengths and weaknesses. Inside the castle are portals to 10 worlds where some puzzle solving is required to reach the level guardian. Maze of Gallius was the sequel to the shoot-'em-up Nightmare, which is also worth checking out, but be warned, for experts only. The only authentic way to experience Snake's first 2 missions is with the MSX versions. The original Metal Gear captured the imagination of the players with its intriguing storyline and unexpected plot twists, complemented by the tense music. The sequel, Metal Gear 2, released in 1990, pushed the series further and laid the groundwork for the next installment, Metal Gear Solid. Concepts like the temperature-sensitive keys, meeting a female spy in the lavatory, and sneaking through ventilation shafts were all initially introduced in Metal Gear 2. In this pseudo-3D action game, you control Pentaro on his quest to save the Penguin Princess. You race against the clock while avoiding cracks, boulders, and enemy attacks, and the 24 levels gradually increase in difficulty. The smaller cracks lead to shops where you can buy various items. You can also try your luck on the slot machine if you're short on local currency, also known as fish. The game has many Easter eggs for the player to discover, including warp zones, fish heavens, and even a secret ending. King Kong 2 is an adventure game based on the movie of the same name, which was released the same year starring Linda Hamilton. Luckily, the game has little to do with the movie. You control Hank Mitchell and guide him through the island of Golnebo in search for Lady Kong. It's a great game overall for fans of the genre, offering all the elements you might expect from an adventure game. Make sure you get the English translation patch, as it was never officially translated overseas. Wit and Kless are on the trail to find the lost treasure of Usas, which leads them through 5 ancient ruins in this platform adventure game. Wit carries a gun and has good jump height, while Kless is more agile and has more powerful martial arts attacks overall. The skills of both characters can be upgraded with coins you collect. A unique game mechanic is the emotion system, which changes your character's attack, and a specific emotional state is required to enter the room of the level guardian. Treasure of Usas is an excellent title, with music scored by the composer of the original Castlevania. Released a month after the original Castlevania for the Famicom Disk System, Vampire Killer has more of an emphasis on exploration. In each level, the goal is to find a skeleton key to progress to the next stage. Hearts are used as currency to buy items or weapons from old witches. One of the more notorious aspects of the game is the lack of extra lives and continues, although that just adds to the level of suspense throughout the game. Vampire Killer should not be missed by any Castlevania fan. The MSX got a number of great Gradius games, but Nemesis 2 is perhaps the most accessible. Developed exclusively for the MSX, the core gameplay of the original remains largely intact, but you pilot a new starfighter called Metallion, with the ability to capture extra weapons. A nice little bonus is that the player can play the game as Pentaro the Penguin, using the cartridge combo. Kings Valley 2 combines puzzle elements with platforming action. Your objective is to collect all the soul stones in the level in order to progress to the next. The trick is to use tools like hammers, drills, and shovels at the right place while avoiding the mummies and other deadly creatures. The game starts off with simple one-screen levels, but quickly forces you to use your head to solve the multiple screen-spanning puzzles. A nice feature is that you can create your own levels and save them on a disc to share with friends. This gorgeously designed 8-bit game was Konami's first shooter to feature smooth scrolling stages on the MSX. The name looks like it would be pronounced Manbo, but it's Manbo with a Japanese pronunciation. Apart from the usual power-ups, you have a weapon power bar on the top of the screen, which can be filled by picking up red capsules. You can also place your options in 3 configurations to shoot in different directions. Space Manbo is rightfully considered to be one of the best shooters on the MSX, with unrelenting action and a good amount of variety. This title is one to remember. This is just a glimpse of the awesome Konami library of games for the MSX. Also worth mentioning are fan favorites like SD Snatcher and Hinotori, as well as games from their early days like Pipples and Sky Jaguar. Collecting MSX Konami games can be a fun but expensive hobby, especially since the later releases can easily fetch over $130 on eBay. The Konami Antique Collection for PlayStation and Sega Saturn can be a great way to start, featuring a fine selection of the earlier games. A cheaper alternative can be the fan remakes of some of the hit titles, often featuring improved graphics and music. Among them are F1 Spirit, Nightmare, Maze of Gallius, and its fan-created spiritual sequel, La Mulana.